Well, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTP Sports. That's more like it. That is more like it. That's what I want to see. A nice little doubleheader sweep. No big deal. No business there. Bryce Harper's back. Kyle Schwarber's back. Both of those guys go deep. Kyle Schwarber twice in the 2 games combined. And Bryce Harper finally breaks his homerless drought. His first home run since, man, what was it, like May 24th, May 25th? It's been that long since Bryce Harper has gone deep, and he absolutely crushed it into the bullpen. Craig Kimbrell being kind of stupid, if I'm not going to lie, with a little barehanded grab on the fly in the bullpen. Even Bryce Harper commented on it after the game, saying that was stupid as hell. Nice catch. It was a very nice catch by Craig Kimbrell, but it's very stupid. Could have gotten injured in that case, so definitely avoided something big there. But I'm not going to harp on that. Definitely not. Your Phillies, they get a doubleheader sweep, and they have a chance to get the series win tomorrow. Zack Wheeler on the bump against Seth Lugo for the Padres. Now, in terms of pitching today, Ranger Suarez, I thought, was, definitely pretty solid. Definitely a much better bounce back game than his previous 2, against the Nationals and the Marlins. I feel like he shouldn't have gotten any runs charged against him because of a dunderhead play by Trey Turner over at shortstop, where he could have easily thrown to first base to get the final out of the inning. But then no, he tries to backhand it behind his back, hands it over to Sosa at second base. This is also a fault of Sosa for not paying attention during the play. Trey Turner behind the back, Sosa's not paying attention, everyone's safe on the base paths, and then, what do you know, home run, 3-0 Padres in Game 1. But the Phillies fought back. Ranger Suarez settled down, and the bullpen pitched some huge innings. The Phillies did tie it, though, but then, of course, Rob Thompson playing with fire with Matt Strahm kept him out there against 2 right-handed power bats in Manny Machado and Xander Bogaerts, and it came back to bite him in the ass. Manny Machado goes deep, but then the Phillies, they found a way to get out of it, and the Phillies come back in that bottom of the 8th inning. Kyle Schwarber with a huge hit, Bryce Harper with a nice infield single hustling down the line. All started with a Bryson Stott infield single off of a mistake by the Padres infielder, which is always nice to see. Then you go to Game 2. Game 2 was just a goddamn game of who the hell was going to throw a strike. Taijuan Walker, he battled the entire game, went 5 innings, allowed a couple of runs. Command was very off today, was not able to find the strike zone, was not able to get many swings and misses, but at the end of the day, he still only allowed 2 runs. But seriously, both teams in Game 2, holy fucking shit, throw a strike. Seriously. Every pitcher that came out of the bullpen for both sides just couldn't throw a strike. It's ridiculous. It was goddamn ridiculous. But he found a way to win both games. And also, kudos to Johan Rojas. Gets called up at the beginning of this series. Pache goes to the IL. Here you go, kid. Here you go. Get a chance in the doubleheader. You play both games against the lefty, and he makes his impact felt right off the get-go. Fernando Tatis crushes a ball to center field. In comes Rojas, makes the catch like it's nothing. Fantastic catch while running into the wall in right field. And what do you know? He has a cannon, an absolute gun of an arm to throw out Kim at first base. Fantastic play. What a way to showcase yourself in your major league debut. A nice little outfield assist right there. Fun times. Definitely fun times. He also had a couple of hits and an RBI in Game 2. Had himself a stolen base as well. He had a nice little debut today. Nice little debut. Good for him. He got his chance called. He got his number called by Rob Thompson in both games, and he found a way, to make those at-bats count, to make those games count, to make the plays in the outfield count. He's a good defender, by the way, which was very nice to see. So now you got Marsh, Pache, and Rojas out there in the outfield. Nice to see there. Guys can cover a lot of ground. You saw Marsh in left field and Rojas in center for the first game, which, was very nice. You had two people out there in the outfield that can cover a lot of ground. Not having to see, Schwarber out there, freaking ending the game, the first game of this doubleheader. He had Garrett Stubbs out there in left field. Rob was not putting Kyle out there in left field. Boy, I tell you, thank God he didn't do that. But honestly, I had the strangest feeling that when Stubbs went out there to left field, I thought, oh my God, here comes every goddamn fly ball in the goddamn world going to Garrett Stubbs in this 9th inning. But of course, game 1 ends trying to give me a goddamn heart attack. Holy fucking shit. Bryson Stott, Nick Castellanos colliding out there in the outfield. Somehow Bryson Stott hung onto the ball as both of those guys collide, and that's how the first game ended. Seriously, getting it freaking hell. Give me a goddamn heart attack, dude. Why do you got to do that? Why you got to do that? I didn't like seeing that. Personally, I didn't like seeing that. But let's go over these games in detail. Phillies win game 1 of the doubleheader by a score of 6-4. Ranger Suarez, he goes 6 innings, allows 6 hits, 3 earned runs. Did walk 3 guys, though. 3 strikeouts on 97 pitches. Definitely still not the best version of Ranger Suarez, but it's the better version of Ranger Suarez than we've seen in his last 3 outings. Also, you can, go to that Trent Grisham home run. Maybe that stuff wouldn't have happened if Ranger Suarez didn't walk a guy with 2 outs. That's also the issue there. But then also Trey Turner needs to make the play, throw at the first base. He would have had the guy out by a goddamn 20 billion feet. And also Edmundo Sosa needs to be paying attention over there at second base. So everyone was in the wrong in that situation, and it led to a 3-0 Padres lead right there. Phillies, they took a little bit to get their bats going. They had chances throughout the game, even though Blake Snell was absolutely dicing them up. Bottom of the 5th inning, they get chances. Edmundo Sosa leadoff single. Brandon Marsh walks. Rojas grounds out into a fielder's choice, so you get first and third. Trey Turner walks with 2 outs, and then Nick Castellanos. Check swings. Ball hits the dirt, goes off his bat, then goes right back to the pitcher, so that's a chance lost in that situation. Bottom of the 6th inning, Padres go to the bullpen because I guess Blake Snell's pitch count was getting up there, so they decided to yank him and go to the bullpen. Alec Boehm leads off with a single. Bryson Stott comes in, pinch hitting. He walks, so you get first and second. Derek Hall does strike out, but thank God for Brandon Marsh, and thank God that Juan Soto is a goddamn terrible outfielder. Honestly, probably as bad as Kyle Schwarber, and that's not putting it lightly. For as young as Juan Soto is, he is a terrible outfielder. Terrible. Terrible read on the fly ball by Brandon Marsh. Terrible direction. Terrible just everything to the ball. Ball dives right at the warning track. Any other outfielder probably should have made that catch, but thank God Soto was out there. He doesn't make the catch. Ball goes to the warning track. Scores 2 runs. Phillies make it a 1-run game. Then you go to the bottom of the 7th inning. New pitcher out there on the mound for the Padres, Martinez. Very first pitch he throws, a hanging curveball, and Kyle Schwarber absolutely destroys it. Crushes it. It goes over the goddamn batter's eye in center field, over the brick wall. Haven't seen one of those in a while from Kyle. You know he's going when he's crushing the ball to center field. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. When he was going last year, a lot of his home runs were to dead center, into that bullpen, into that shrub area. So, yeah. It felt nice. Ball game is tied up at 3 apiece. But then Rob Thompson decided to keep in Matt Strahm, who got out of a 7th inning jam caused by Junior Marte. He gets out of that situation by striking out Soto. But then Rob Thompson decided to, have his cake and eat it too. Kept him in there. For some reason, they kept throwing inside the Manny Machado right in his wheelhouse. He missed the first time, fouled it right off, but then they decided to go right back down to that well. and he absolutely crushed it into the second deck. So there goes the tie game. Padres back with the lead. But then thank God for the bottom of the 8th inning. Bryson Stott reaches in on a throwing error. Brandon Marsh singles. And then Bryce Harper pinch hitting for Rojas. He gets a nice little infield single. Scores Bryson Stott. So regardless if Bryce Harper was out or not, the game would have been tied. But here comes Bryce Harper. Little bit of a dainty chopper into the infield. Run scores. Bryce Harper chugging it up the first baseline. And then you see the emotion of him going to first base, shouting safe, and then he goes to the dugout screaming, let's go, doing all that stuff. Very nice to see. Love that energy from Bryce Harper. And then Kyle Schwarber, 0-2 count, singles up the middle, scores another run. Phillies take the lead. And then here comes Trey Turner. RBI single makes it 6-4. Now, I put out a tweet before this game, and you can also follow my Twitter account. It's right down there, Amadeo Gracia 98. You can go follow that. I put out a tweet earlier today that majority throughout this entire season, it's been Bryson Stott, Alec Bohm, Brandon Marsh, and Nick Castellanos coming up with some nice, clutch hitting throughout the entire season. I need way more from Kyle Schwarber, Trey Turner, and Bryce Harper, and all three of those guys delivered in this game, especially in those later innings. So maybe I dove into something. Maybe I unlocked something. Maybe they responded to me. Maybe Bryce Harper was going through Twitter, he was scrolling through the feed, and he saw my tweet saying that I need more out of him. Same thing with Kyle Schwarber, same thing with Trey Turner, and they're like, don't worry, man, I gotcha. And they gave us a lead. And then Craig Kimbrell comes out in the 9th, leadoff walk, wasn't good, but then he gets the next 2 outs. Walks Juan Soto, then he manages to get Machado to fly out in that, that whole Stott-Nick Castellanos situation, which was scary. But game over. Phillies win game 1 of the doubleheader. Looking at the lineup today, Kyle Schwarber 5 for 2 with the solo shot. He had 2 RBI as well. Trey Turner 2 for 4 with an RBI and a walk. Nick Castellanos 0 for 5, so he's been slumping a little bit. He had 3 strikeouts in the game 1. Alec Bohm 1 for 3 with 2 walks. JT Realmuto 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts, so he wasn't good. Ellis was 1 for 2. Bryson Stott came in, got the infield hit, and he also walked. Edmundo Sosa was 1 for 2. Brandon Marsh was 2 for 3 with 2 RBI. Rojas was 0 for 3 in the first game. Bryce Harper came in, got the infield hit. Phillies as a team were 4 for 13 with runners in scoring position. They left 10 runners on base. Junior Marte got 2 outs in that 7th inning before getting yanked. In comes Matt Strahm. He allowed the home run to Manny Machado, but he also struck out 3. Then Craig Kimbrell walks 2 in the 9th inning, but also finds a way to get the job done. So let's go to game 2 of this series, of this doubleheader actually. Phillies win by a score of 9-4. Taijuan Walker, early on, basically throughout the entire game, the command was not there. It was absolutely not there for Taijuan. But he goes 5 innings, allows 2 runs, 4 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts on 96 pitches. Throughout this game, Padres take the lead in the first inning. Leadoff walk to Kim. And then Soto strikes out. Kim tries to steal second base. Throwing error by Garrett Stubbs. I'm not sure who was it. I think it was I couldn't tell if it was Stott or Turner at second base trying to make the catch to apply the tag. I was in the stands. I was at game 2, so I wasn't able to tell from the stands. I believe it was Stott or Turner. It was one of those two. And the ball goes out in the center field, and Kim goes over to third base. So, throwing error, guy advances over another base, and then you get Manny Machado walking, then Xander Bogaerts, singles. Tatis got a ground out, which did score the run. It was a nice play by Bryson Stott, too. Fantastic play. So there's 2 outs in the inning right there, but then a couple of, 2-out walk, 2-out single, but then Cronenworth flew out to end the inning off without further damage. Phillies bats, they did take a little bit to get going in this one. Nothing really going in the first inning after a Trey Turner and a Bryce Harper walk. Taijuan Walker gets 1, 2, 3 in the top of the second inning, a leadoff walk followed by a double play. Phillies go 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the second inning. After a Trey Turner barely just misses a home run in the third inning, goes right off the top of the right field wall, was a couple of inches from going out. settles for a double. Nick Castellanos was not able to do anything in that situation. But then we go bottom 4. Bryce Harper leading off. Crushes into the bullpen. Craig Kimbrell with the catch. Stupidly by Craig Kimbrell. But it was a nice catch. Very stupid, but it was a nice catch. What can I judge? But still, it's very stupid. You don't want to cause injury in that situation. Definitely do not. But it's nice for Bryce Harper. Entire ballpark was going crazy. Finally gets the monkey off his back. And boy, for what this can possibly mean for this Phillies team, Bryce Harper looked really good today. And I mean really good. He was on base a lot, got a lot of hard contact, and he finally got that home run, the nice launch angle, the exit velocity, everything. If Bryce was able to go, if Bryce continues this, he got that home run. Imagine if he goes nuclear from here. He finally got it off of his back, but oh boy. I can't. I need it. I need that from Bryce Harper more. I need to see him go nuclear, and I'm expecting it. Top of the 5th, after Edmundo Sosa completely boots the ball over there at third base. Somehow they call this a double. I have no idea why. This was not a double. This was a routine ground ball that Edmundo Sosa boots over at third base, goes into the outfield, Odor gets to second base, and then Grisham gets a single, makes it a 2-1 game. So Padres respond. But then the Phillies responded themselves in the bottom of the 5th. So each team responding right here. Garrett Stubbs with a nice little bunt single to lead off the 5th. Rojas gets his first major league hit and then followed up by Kyle Schwarber with a wall scraper. One-handed. Goes over to the right field corner. Barely gets into the first row right over the fence. Phillies take the lead. 3-run shot. Love that from Schwarber. Love a little Schwarbomb. Bryce Harper did get a double with 2 outs, but nothing was able to happen there. Go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Phillies tack on more runs. Stott reaches it on an infield single. Edmundo Sosa then singles. Stott moves over to third. Rojas, bunt single. Score Stott. Nice little suicide squeeze there. But then the Padres have to change a pitcher because I believe he got injured trying to make the play on the bunted ball. But Rojas, after getting his first major league hit, gets his first major league RBI. He's basically doing a little bit of everything today. Phillies lead 5-2. New pitcher comes in. Trey Turner gets a single, scores another run. Phillies lead 6-2. Bottom of the 7th inning, Phillies tack on a couple of more. Bryce Harper, a walk. Alec Boehm, a walk. Bryson Stott, single. And Edmundo Sosa, this was a freaking... The baseball gods hammered down on Edmundo Sosa in this goddamn inning. Holy fucking shit, the dude could not catch a break. Bases loaded, gets hit in the fucking hand. Gets down for a little bit. Holy shit. And then, during one of the plays, Rojas with one of his singles. Edmundo Sosa didn't know if the ball was going to be caught or not. Having to run back and forth. Looks like he cramped a little something. Rob Thompson did say it was just a cramp. So nothing really too major in that situation, which was very nice. I thought during that entire thing he pulled his hamstring. And I was just scared about that entirely. But Rob Thompson said he was just cramping in that scenario, which I guess you would survive a worse fate in that situation. But it's a 9-2 ball game. Offense doesn't really do much from there. Phillies bullpen, Ortiz comes in, struggles with the strike zone, allows a run, and then Soto comes in, struggles with the strike zone, but manages to fix it. Manages to get out of that situation, and ball game's over. Phillies win 9-4. Lineup today. Kyle Schwarber 1 for 5 with a 3-run shot. Trey Turner 2 for 4 with a walk and an RBI. Nick Castellanos 0 for 5 again, so definitely not the best day for Nick. He was 0 for 10 in both combined. Bryce Harper 2 for 3. Love seeing that. RBI, home run, 2 walks. Alec Boehm 0 for 4 with a walk. Bryson Stott 2 for 4. Edmundo Sosa 1 for 3. Garrett Stubbs 1 for 3. And then Rojas 3 for 4. Fantastic day for the kid. Fantastic day. 2 RBIs as well. He was amazing. Good for him. Good for him. Family in the crowd and everything. He was able to do a little bit of everything today. The defense in game 1, offense in game 2. Very nice to see. Phillies go 5 for 12 with runners in scoring position. And then looking at the rest of the pitchers besides Taijuan Walker, Andrew Bellotti basically had the cleanest inning out of anyone. Maybe Vasquez, too. 13 pitches for Bellotti, got 3 outs. Vasquez walked the guy, but then get a double play to end the inning. He had 15 pitches. Ortiz in the 8th, he threw 30 pitches, allowed a hit, 2 walks, 1 run, 2 strikeouts. And then Soto allowed a hit and an earned run on 16 pitches. Everyone just struggled with the strike zone today. I don't know. I don't know what the issue was. Very conflicting, in my opinion. Very, very, very. Just strange. Strange. I don't know why. I just don't know why it happened. But now, Phillies get their 50th win on the season. They are 50-42. Looking at the standings right now, even though right now they really don't matter, but looking at the wild card, you're a game back in the wild card standings because I'm assuming the Giants have won some games. Yes, they have won 4 in a row, so that definitely does not help. And I think the Milwaukee Brewers moved into the first place in the Central because the Reds are now in the wild card race because the Reds have lost 3 in a row. So that's interesting. Definitely, as the Diamondbacks have also fallen into the second wild card spot because the Dodgers, I believe, have taken over the NL West. Yep, Dodgers are now 2 games ahead of the Diamondbacks. They have won 6 straight games. Phillies are 2 games behind the Marlins, who have lost 2 in a row, I believe. Yes, they lost 2 in a row to the Baltimore Orioles. They lost today. The Atlanta Braves, they lost 1 to the White Sox, but the Braves are the Braves. You're not catching them in the division. You're 11.5 out. That's no chance there. But yeah, wild card, you're a game out. Who have the Giants been playing? And who did they play today that they're winning so much? Okay, they're playing Pittsburgh. That makes sense. They're playing easy teams. Does San Francisco's schedule get any easier from here? That's what I want to know. I really want to know that, honestly. Would like to know that. Should I look up MLB's strength of schedule? Strength of schedule remaining. Let me look at this. Who has the easier schedules? Okay, San Francisco has the 10th toughest schedule in the league. So, and the Phillies have the 10th easiest now, apparently. Yep. So, San Francisco still has to play Atlanta 6 times. They got to play Tampa. They got to play the Dodgers 7 times still, so that's tough for them. They got to play Texas. They got to play Arizona. And they got to play the Phillies 3 times, even though they swept the Phillies earlier this year. But, what do I know? What do I know? But yeah, got yourself a nice win. Nice doubleheader sweep. Still got 1 more game tomorrow. And that's still to be determined, in my honest opinion, because I believe it is supposed to rain tomorrow a lot. I believe so. I firmly believe so. It is supposed to rain tomorrow. Let me look at the weather. I do remember seeing a lot of rain. So if I look at tomorrow's forecast, it's going to be raining overnight. And if I look at just the rain in general, it's going to be 89% chance of rains. Thunderstorms likely in the morning, then a chance of scattered thunderstorms in the afternoon. Potential for heavy rainfall. Chance of rain 90%. Hourly, there's just a ton of hourly. Both teams don't play on Monday, the Padres and the Phillies. Padres, they go on the road to play the Toronto Blue Jays after Monday. So technically they might still be in Philadelphia at that point. I wonder if they postpone tomorrow's game and just move it to Monday. I wouldn't be shocked if that's the case. If the rain's just too much for the field. I would not be shocked. But I also wouldn't be shocked if the game's played tomorrow. If, they wait a little bit till later in the nighttime to play. I wouldn't be shocked if that's the case either. Wouldn't be shocked. But if we look at tomorrow's game, I believe Zack Wheeler is going to be on the bump. Yep, Zack Wheeler is going to be on the bump against Seth Lugo. He is 3-4 with a 3.39 ERA. Looking at his last couple of games, 6 innings against the Angels, 1 earned run. 6 innings against the Reds, 0 earned runs. 5 innings against the Nationals, 3 earned runs. 5 innings against the Giants, 1 earned run. 2 innings against the Royals, and 5 earned runs. So, he's definitely been better in his last couple of outings, but offense, they woke up a little bit today. Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, I'm sure they're feeling it, so come on, offense, let's do some stuff here. Let's make it a little bit of a nice series win and make it easier for Zack Wheeler. And let's see how Zack Wheeler looks after, having a nice week off. Last start, what I believe, was against the Miami Marlins in that game 1. Looks solid in that, but definitely still not top tier Zack Wheeler. So basically, he's had a week and 2 days off, or a week and a day off going into tomorrow. So we'll see how he fares. But let's go to the Anytime hotline here, and then we'll get to the YouTube live feed before we end this off. It's 11:40 right now. Getting a little bit tired. I would like to go to sleep after this, but I love you guys. Let's get to the voicemail. You can leave those at 215-839-9885. Your thoughts and opinions on everything. So let's see what Sean has to say about this Phillies doubleheader sweep.
Get the brooms out, Amadeo. The sweep is in order. Big day for the Phillies today. That first game especially looked like a sure loss, especially after Machado homered in the 8th. But give the Phillies credit. And, you know, the big guys finally came and, put themselves out there. I mean, Kyle Schwarber with 2 homers today. Bryce Harper with a homer today. Now, I don't know what the hell Trey Turner was doing in Game 1 with that Harlem Globetrotters behind the back pass that didn't work, but had a couple hits today. And a tip of the hat to Johan Rojas. I mean, he showed a lot of skills today. I mean, the defensive play in Game 1, he showed you his speed. And while he didn't crush the ball in Game 2, I mean, a bunch single, an infield single, I mean, these are the things that the kid has to do. I mean, I told somebody earlier today, yeah, more than likely when Pache gets healthy, he'll go back to the minors. But make it hard for the Phillies brass to make that decision. While you're playing, do everything in your power to show that you belong up here as opposed to down in the minors. Got to get that win tomorrow because the Phillies are in a playoff hunt right now. You can't afford to get in any kind of long losing streak with the battle for the wild card, but a successful day today.
I 100% agree with that statement. I would be very disappointed if the Phillies followed this up with a loss tomorrow and it turned out to be a series split. I would be very disappointed if that's the case because you need to go on winning streaks. You need to win series in bunches. You got to win multiple series in a row just because that's how close the wild card race is with the Giants, the Brewers, the Reds, all those teams that are in the wild card spots, the Diamondbacks, Dodgers, and the Marlins. It's a very tight race, and you got to get as much wins as you can. And especially when you're facing teams that you have, wild card implications against. So, gotta find a way. You gotta win tomorrow. It's mandatory. You put yourself in a bind after losing yesterday, and you came out nice today. You got, a doubleheader sweep, which is very hard to do. Regardless of the opponent you're playing, most teams go into a doubleheader just looking for a split. You found a way to get 2 wins in a very difficult situation. Found some adversity. Came through that adversity. Starting pitching wasn't the best, but your offense came through. Your big guys came through. Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, Trey Turner in the batter's box. That's what you need. That's what you need to be successful consistently. Those guys stepping up. It's nice to see Stott. It's nice to see Bohm. It's nice to see Marsh get those hits. But I need, Schwarber to hit bombs. I need Turner. I need Harper. I need Castellanos more consistently. And Castellanos has been fantastic this entire year. He's going through a slump since the All-Star game, but he'll find a way to get out of it. He's been too good this year to, go through a gigantic slump. It's time for the big boys to step up. Time to put your big pants on. Help out your pitching staff. They carried you a lot through June. Your offense has got to do more of the work. And that starts with the big names, big boys. It does. Starts with the big boys. It's gotta. Mandatory win tomorrow. Mandatory. Get a series win. I want to see Zack Wheeler on the bump looking dominant. But there was also an interesting thing today. During Game 2, the Padres took Fernando Tatis out of the game. Now, I don't know why they took Fernando Tatis out of the game. I need to look that up. Why did they take him out of the game? Why did they take him out of Game 2? Oh, here. Fernando Tatis was removed from tonight's game with a potential injury. I wonder. I need to see more on this. Tati says it feels like nothing major. He'll be ready soon. He said he feels his ankle. I wonder if it was on the Kyle Schwarber home run, the way he went into the wall. Saying it's an ankle injury, so I'm not even sure if he's going to be playing tomorrow. So if he doesn't play tomorrow, that's kind of big for the Phillies, lineup-wise. So I wonder. Definitely was interesting to see that. But, hey, can't control that. Got to go and win a series tomorrow. That's the most important thing. Let's get to the YouTube chat here, see what you boys are talking about here. I see a lot of comments. A lot. T-Man, Bryce Harper finally gets a home run. Yeah, that was nice to see. That was very nice to see. Power has been going on and off all day. Great sweep. Make it count by winning tomorrow. Exactly. David, how you doing? What a wonderful day. We took apart a pesky, annoying Padres team. I knew that Friday's game was just a fluke. Keeping positive every day. Hope we get another in tomorrow's game. Weather looks awful for the afternoon. Yeah, I'm not even sure if they're going to be playing tomorrow with the way the rain looks. Harper is back. Looks like he's going to go off, hopefully. I could just sense it. He's overdue for a nuclear explosion. Overdue. Have you ever just had a day that was completely awesome? My internet was down all week. It came back this afternoon before 1. Phillies sweep, Mets lose, Padres lose 2, and the Braves. You see the way the Mets lost, though? What was it, Max Muncy up in the top of the 8th inning or something like that? Pops up the third base. And the third baseman for the Mets absolutely boots it. Did not know where the ball was. Oh. Mets continue the bet. And you'll love to see it. Let's beat these bums tomorrow. I'm not going to lie. When it was 3-0, I thought it was over. I was screaming, my guy. I was screaming when that home run happened after the Turner mistake. Rojas was amazing. I like this Rojas kid. I know it's 2 games, but it just like he's entering. Yeah. The defense in game 1 and the offense in game 2 showed up. And like Sean said in the call, didn't, force any power. He just put bat on ball and see what happened. He's got a cannon of an arm, though, too. That's amazing. It's amazing. Walker is 11-3. Yeah, they win games for Walker, even when he's not pitching at his best. I really wanted the trade for Bellinger, but now I am not so sure. Who knows? Clutch hitting by Bryce today. Loved him beating out Bogarts on the RBI single in game 1. Oh, yeah, that was electric. We still need a bat, so Bellinger would be great if we can't get Soto, Ohtani, or Arenado. Still want Goldschmidt, but I will be happy with any one of them. Corey, what the hell is your deal with goddamn Kimbrel? Every time you come in here when Kimbrel makes his saves, like, I still don't trust him. But still, keep not trusting him. Maybe that's why he's been good. If no idea what the Cubs will sell, they're the only Central team with a positive run differential, and they have an easy schedule. Who knows? Kimbrel is Lidge 2.0. Kimbrel was so bad last year. If you look at Kimbrel last year, it's kind of like this season. His numbers are inflated. His ERA and stuff like that. Very inflated. If I looked at his stats last year, his ERA was so inflated because he was so bad against the Diamondbacks. And since he was playing with the Dodgers, and with the older version of the schedule, he played the Diamondbacks a lot. The Dodgers. You see them at least, 9 times a year. So, I think his ERA was like very inflated by the Diamondbacks, and his ERA was really good against the rest of the league. So, I think this is the consistent version of Craig Kimbrel that we're getting. Rojas stays if you can keep it up for a while. Oh, definitely. Is Bryce Harper going to be playing first base soon? Well, originally Rob Thompson said it was going to be this weekend, but after yesterday's game, he said, nope, it's not going to be this weekend, but it's going to be soon. Rob, stop with the fucking blue balling here. I want to see Bryce at first. I want Schwarber in the DH spot. Get him out of the goddamn field. I want Marsh, Rojas, or Pache out there in the outfield so I can trust people out there. Jesus. I would DFA Josh Harrison and keep Rojas off all season. Oh, if only that was the case. That could happen. Yeah, so they were just talking about him having a cramp. That was it. That was it. Would you rather have signed Dansby instead of Trey? No. Nope. Nope. Trey Turner is having a bad year. That is true. Is Trey Turner going to be this bad throughout the entirety of his contract? No. We are going through year one of Nick Castellanos syndrome. I hate that it's the case, but it's the case. Remember last season how much we would complain every single video about how bad Nick Castellanos has been? And look how much he turned around this year. Trey Turner is 20 times the player that Nick Castellanos is. Trey Turner is a top 10 player in baseball. I'm sure we're going to see the true Trey Turner eventually. We see him in a little bit of glimpses today, but basically we've seen every version of Trey Turner today in 2 games, which is fun and not fun. Fun, very aggravating. I want to pull my hair out, and fun. So yeah. I hate the Phillies, but I hope to win tomorrow so the Padres will sell. What fan are you, Tom? Are you a Dodgers fan or something? That you hate the Padres? Yeah, let's see what Rojas can do. At least we dodged the Correa bullet. I guess that's the attitude to have, Corey. I don't want another minus defender in the outfield. I'd rather have Bellinger than Soto. Is the weather going to hold up for tomorrow's game? I don't think so. I don't think so. It's going to rain throughout overnight, and it's going to continue raining through the afternoon. So I'm not sure if the field's going to be in proper condition. I wouldn't be shocked if they just postpone it and move it to Monday because both teams are off on Monday. David, I want the Yankees to try. Oh, Tom, you're a Yankees fan. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Anything else? Anything else? People just going back and forth here. So we got the Brewers next. Not worried about them. Oh, yeah, we do. Yeah, looking at the schedule for the Phils. If I can get to it. 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 Delaying us so much. Jesus, let me get to the schedule. Yep. Tomorrow is the last game, to be determined with the weather. Tomorrow's last game against the Padres, and then we have 3 games at home against the Brewers, and then we go out to the road against Cleveland. Then we're back at home after that against Baltimore. That'll be a tough series. But you got 2 series against 2 mediocre teams coming up. I know the Brewers probably have been playing better because they did take over that Central Division, from the looks of it. Yeah, the Brewers have won 3 in a row coming into today. They're 51-42. So basically 2 teams with similar records. So you got to take care of business. That's the bottom line. That's all you got to do. Take care of business. Take care of business. But yeah. I think that's where we're going to end it off today. I'm losing my train of thought. Tired. It's insanely hot at game 2. Jesus Christ. I want to know how people survived game 1 with the sun out. My goodness, the heat was unbearable. Came home. Had to do the Brandon Marsh treatment with my hair. Soak in the shower for 10 minutes before coming in here and starting this video. That's why I'm just in here in a plain white t-shirt. Had to soak in the shower, a cold-ass shower, because I was drenched coming home. And sweat. Hated it. I hate the heat. I am not built for the goddamn heat. Holy fucking shit. But, off that topic. We're going to end it off here. I appreciate everyone here for joining the streams as always. Don't forget to drop a like on the video. Do not forget to check out everything in the description down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join the TTP Sports family. Having a very fun time here. Let's get ourselves to 800 subscribers. We are very close. We are at 795 the last time I checked. Also, use the code TTP Sports, $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. Great deal. Don't pass it up. And depending on what happens with tomorrow's game, depending on the weather, we'll have a recap. As always, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's Monday, depending on the weather, like I said, we will be here. So, Thank you for joining tonight, everybody. I will see you when the Phillies play their game. If that's tomorrow, if that's Monday, depending on the rain.